So I'm going to present Synergia Medical, a company that I co-founded, and I'm happy to share my slides together with you this afternoon. I will going to show and explain how we revolutionize neurostimulation using light. We are shedding light on neurostimulation. So we target our first device on epilepsy, on drug-resistant epilepsy. Which is a very important market where today there is only one big player that I will talk about. So epilepsy is a problem, a worldwide problem. In US and Europe, altogether 3 million people are suffering from drug-resistant epilepsy. That means that epilepsy that is pharmacoresistant, there is no other solution. The medication is not working anymore. And that represents 1 out of 3 patients, approximately 30%. As you can imagine, it's a devastating disease. Not only it costs a lot to the society, but you have premature deaths, you have a suicide rate that is skyrocketing. Depression is also very high. So that's a real burden. If we focus on the US, and we can do the same for Europe, obviously, the typical path of a epilepsy, drug-resistant epilepsy patient to be treated is going under medication for a couple of years, and then it is referenced to an epilepsy reference center, 10% annually, so that's approximately 100,000 patients that are looking for a solution. So globally, we estimated this at a 4.2 billion potential market. Once they are identified in an epilepsy reference center, they do have solutions. One of them is a company I already mentioned, LivaNova, that does vagus nerve stimulation, and it is one amongst other possible solutions. But you can see on the left chart that the vast majority remain on drugs. That means that the solution is not adequate for them. And you can see that currently there are some technical limitations, whether it is the invasiveness of the solution or other constraints that we are going to tackle. The two main ones are MRI compatibility, MRI safety, and the fact also that those patients need to have a replacement every X number of years. Average is 3 to 4 years. So as I mentioned, the first big problem is MRI safety. We all know that MRI has become a standard of care. Everyone will need to undergo an MRI in his life. If you look at specific population like women who has a breast cancer, that's a very, very important aspect. 1 out of 8 women will have, unfortunately, a breast cancer in their life. If we focus on epilepsy in particular, 1 in 3 patients will require regular monitoring of their brain once a year. And if you look at the importance that MRI is with other neurostim companies outside of epilepsy, you realize that they are all claiming conditional MRI safety, and they're all fighting, so to say, to be the best in this problem resolution. The other problem I wanted to mention is the battery longevity and the fact that you need to replace every 3 to 4 years in the case of drug-resistant epilepsy. So there is this contradiction between replacing a battery and improving the stimulation parameters that will consume even more battery. In some cases, our competitor needs to replace the battery after 12 months, which is kind of unbearable for the patient. So we brought a solution for that, 2 main aspects, and these slides summarize all the solutions that we're bringing, both for MRI compatibility and safety, and for rechargeability. So we have developed a revolutionary new neurostimulator. As you can see and as you can imagine, this is done without any metallic component. So the generator on the bottom of this picture is placed in the chest, and the lead is implanted through the skin to the vagus nerve. And the lead, actually, that you can see here, is very particular in our case because a classical electrical wire has been replaced by an optical fiber. We still stimulate with electricity, like classical neurostim, because actually at the tip, at the electrode, we convert light into electricity by the use of a solar panel that we have developed. So we solved all the problems that are currently facing, and as you can see, all stakeholders will benefit from our solution because not only we are MRI safe, but we allow reversible surgeries, and it will cost definitely less for the payers, for the reimbursement companies. So our strategy is to go to the market and first take market share from LivaNova. That will be easy, so to say, because the market is there and we can capture all those patients that are desperately waiting for a decent solution. And second, we will unlock the potential, which is all those 92% that is remaining. The third step, with this, what we call the referral gap, is saying that, okay, all those patients that are not referred to epilepsy reference center, this is all, let's say, marketing and sales and awareness that we will leave for an acquirer. Another aspect about MRI compatibility is changing the patient journey. As you can see here, usually patients are waiting 3 to 6 years of evaluation of their epilepsy. That's a long time, specifically if you take a child that has been waiting for a solution. Until he gets a VNS implant, those 3 to 6 years are actually lost. With our system, we'll be able to implant directly the patient with the VNS, and during all those years, you still have the possibility to undergo all the examination. In this slide, you can see our roadmap to the market. So we reach market by 28 with a PMA. Currently, we are in a clinical work. That means that we will switch end of year, beginning of next year, to the next phase, which is the pivotal trial. So these are all the milestones that are shown in these. So by 28, we will generate revenue in the US. Thanks to our cost of goods, we'll be able to generate 85% gross margin, and we will be a market traction for possible acquirers by 29. I'm speeding up because I see my clock is running. So a very talented team, multidisciplinary. Robert Levy was the former president of International Neuromodulation Society. He's heading our advisory board, which is a mix of academic centers and large recruiters. Jackie French is the Chief Scientific Officer of the Epilepsy Foundation. Dr. Michael Sperling is the Editor-in-Chief of Epilepsia. They're all part of our advisory board. So why are we here? We are raising funds. We are currently raising a round of 15 to 20. Why is it 15 to 20? Actually, we have a commitment of our existing shareholders for already 4 million. We have won the EIC Accelerator program from the European Union. That means that we have a 7.5 million in equity that is granted. So we are looking for the other part of this equity, so between 5 to 10 million to complete this round of financing. And this will lead us to the completion of the first in human and the submission to the IDE. Just a last note about this slide is all about our recognition. I already mentioned the second logo, the EIC Accelerator program. The first one is the Galien Prize that we won, which is a recognition of the most innovative medical device. And we are quite proud that our technology is fully published very recently in Nature. Thank you very much.